Welcome back to Joe Stunner Boxing. Keyshawn Davis from Norfolk, Virginia in the US. He is clearly a threat because he smashed right through Gustavo Lemos in less than 2 rounds. And this was an extremely impressive performance by Davis, who moves to 12 wins with no draws, no defeats. He's only 25 years old. I think he's only been a pro for about 3 years. And he was in against a guy who came in with 29 wins and 1 defeat. And the defeat was in Lemos's last fight. Lemos is from Argentina. He's 28, so he's in his prime. And the defeat was a unanimous decision to Richardson Hitchens, who is also undefeated. I think, is he next for Liam Paro, Hitchens? I think he might be. Yes, he is. He's fighting Liam Paro next. But that was a disputed defeat by Lemos. A lot of people felt he might have, come from behind to squeak out a victory over Richardson Hitchens. There was nothing to compare Davis to Lemos in this fight. Nothing whatsoever. Davis was superior in every single way, whereas Hitchens was given, for short periods of that fight, he was given hell on earth by Lemos. Now, add to that the fact that Lemos came in 6.5 pounds overweight, which isn't always necessarily a good thing. It can leave you lacking in energy and so on, but it tends not to take away your punch resistance. Lemos had never been down in his career previously. He was on the floor 3 times against Davis. Add all that together, and you've got yourself a hell of a performance by Davis. Now, there isn't much to say about the fight itself because it was so brief, but in the first round, both orthodox fighters, Lemos did what he always does. He comes forward. He throws very wide punches. He especially likes the right hand over the top, but they are wide punches. Physical strength is good. He relies on that a lot. He relies on durability, or he did till he bumped into Davis. And the first round, you thought, okay, it's that's what we expected. Davis, for his part, quite an upright fighter, likes to box on the back foot, but in no way, no shape or form runs. This is back foot boxing. Likes to counter a lot. Very, very quick with the hands. Good footwork. I'm always a little bit reticent when I see fighters standing bolt upright sometimes. And also, Davis does have one bad habit. I'm going to play devil's advocate here or be sort of ultra picky, and that is that when he does throw his when he does throw his backhand, he tends to sort of almost pull out as he's throwing it, which leaves his chin up in the air. I noticed that a couple of times, and I've noticed that in previous fights with him. That might be something they want to work on, because if he's in against another speed demon who can counter him, that chin is going to be standing upright. But look, I am being really pernickety with this guy, because make no mistake about it was an excellent performance. It was pretty obvious. When you look at Lemos's career, the fact that he does favour a big overhand right and almost always wide punches. And in the past, when I've seen him, the jab has been there, but it's more of a rangefinder than anything. Someone like Davis, who is an excellent counter puncher, will always look to thread punches through the middle. And that's precisely what happened. Because in the second round, there was Lemos, huge overhand right, easily ducked by Davis, who then came back with his own right hand, which landed flush on Gustavo's jaw, put him on all fours. He gets up, looks all right, smiling, a little bit embarrassed. You're thinking, okay, bit of a flash knockdown, got caught. First time he's on the floor ever in his career, with professional career anyway. No problem. But then Davis really went to work. And what was it now? He moved forward. When I said Davis boxes on the back foot, when he gets you hurt, he's a very good front-footed fighter as well. I think he prefers the counter punching on the back foot when the fight's, a bit of a chess match. But no, he went onto the front foot and he went straight after Lemos. Excellent combination, finished with a left hook, which completely unhinged Lemos, who sort of, the bones seemed to leave his body and he staggered back fell down. He then got up and then fell over again in the corner, slightly, a bit Trevor Berbick-esque against Mike Tyson all those years ago. And the referee let it carry on. The referee could have stopped it there and then, but he thought, I'll give you one last chance. Sent Lemos out into the fire again, and I emphasise the word fire because Keyshawn Davis was firing. Bang, bang, bang. Combinations, beautiful left hook to the body included. And then, what was it? Left hook to the body, brought a right hand over, which just splattered Lemos onto his back. The referee was in the process of jumping in to stop the fight, tripped up, and I think he almost fell on Lemos. And that's all she wrote. I mean, a fantastic performance by Davis, who delighted his hometown crowd. This was a hometown coming for him. 10,000 plus, 10,500 people in Norfolk, Virginia, screaming their hearts out, and he didn't disappoint them. Very personable guy. When you see him interviewed afterwards, vocally, he was on a high, obviously, but he was saying all the right things, and you got the feeling he comes across as being a really sincere young man. He had his family there, his mum was there, and I think his brother fought on the undercard? I'm not too sure. Keyshawn Davis, are they related? But Keyshawn, yeah, he can transcend hardcore boxing, because hardcore boxers will love this guy. I certainly do. But he'll appeal to the casuals as well, because he is exciting to watch, very, very skillful, brings it, heavy-handed, and also he can talk a lot outside the ring. And he comes across as being, very, very confident without being arrogant, which is in itself almost an art form. I like this kid a lot, Keyshawn Davis. I thought in the past, this guy's got something about him. But if you're a show-me guy like myself, you want to see him put it together in the ring. The raw materials are not enough. And he's done that. He's done just that. I mean, he scored some, the guy's only had 12 fights so far, and he's got 8 knockouts already. But he had a good win over Jose Pedraza. That was early this year. That was a 6-round stoppage. He had Miguel Medueno, a 10-round decision. So he's being brought along correctly. He's been given rounds against good level fighters. This was another jump up on paper anyway against Lemos, because Lemos was coming off that, close-ish, competitive, certainly, fight against Hitchens. And afterwards, Keyshawn was saying, Tank, where you at? He wants Tank Davis. Is he ready for him? I don't know. At 25, you think, what's the hurry? But he's passing the tests with flying colours as they move him up against, good opposition. So, yeah, I don't know. Tank Davis might be, it might be a little bit early. But at the same time, you wouldn't rule him out. And when you put it like that, because he's done the rounds. He's got the rounds. He went 9 with Anthony Yajit, who he stopped. He's gone 10 with Francisco Patera. These are decent, B-level fighters, good fighters who can take your rounds. So if he'd be knocking everyone out in 2 or 3 rounds, I'd be saying a bit more, maybe a few more rounds necessary. But looking at his record, I don't know. Maybe he is ready. And if he went in there and gave a good account of himself and lost to Tank, so what? I'm someone who does not care about undefeated records. I think they can be extremely deceptive, and I don't think they're relevant, really. Not really. But we'll see what happens. I'm eager to see more of this kid. Davis is a good fighter, very good fighter, and I kind of warm to him when I see him interviewed as well. He seems like a nice kid. So all credit to Keyshawn Davis of Norfolk, Virginia. Big up Norfolk, Virginia. When I lived in America, I never went there, but I've heard it's nice. So, if you're from there, leave a comment. And yeah, talking of leaving comments, what did you think of this fight? I'll give you comments to read, but please subscribe to the channel if you're new and hit the like button because you're helping us out, which is great of you. Much love to all of you. Go and have a look at this fight. It's on YouTube, on Sky Boxing channel, I think it was. I watched it. But anyway, peace. Enjoy your weekend. Bye for now.